All right, everyone. Hello and welcome to our next exit interview. I am here with Marya Sherron. She was our third jury member this season, and she competed on Survivor 42, like we all saw. So, Marya, first thing, tell us about your experience out there.
I had a blast. I mean, so I haven't been, I've had some surgery and everything, and I binge watched all of the episodes, and I just was so tickled. I mean, I finished them today. Um, Tickled and just reminded of how much fun I had. I mean, it was great. Yeah, my adrenaline was pumping again, and it was a great experience.
Thank you. That's good to hear. So, obviously, when we started this, we have to have pregame alliances. It's not something I love, but it just happens because we reveal the cast ahead of time. That's how it works. So, did you make any pregame alliances, and did it affect the game? And if not, just talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, yeah. So I did make a pregame alliance, and it was with Angela, and it was literally like the day before I was flying out. Like we connected. I did. I went. She has a morning workout, like exercise class, and I logged on to that a few times, and I just I gathered enough to know that I liked her, and it felt good. It felt right to align with her. I felt like I could trust her
Right.
with a pregame alliance. And I will also tell you that from the time that I agreed to participate in this season until that moment with Angela, it's really hard and uncomfortable. Having played Survivor, you feel like you're breaking the rule. For me, you
Yeah.
feel like you're breaking a rule. You feel like, no, I'm just going to go and play. And I think I stayed in that space, um, up until that moment. And even our alliance was not like we didn't make, plans or let's get out this person. It was just kind of understood that we would have each other's back.
Hmm.
But it was hard to even get there. I don't know if other people experience that, Sandra or Johnny or Chris but I did. It was really hard to tap into that, like, reach out to people.
Yeah, I mean, I would feel like that too, just somebody who respects the game and wants to play the actual game. I just feel like it would be hard for me to do that too, but it's kind of inevitable because on the other hand, you want to be where everybody else is in terms of when they
Right.
first get there. So
Right.
it's definitely a toss up. I can see that.
Yeah.
So when you got out there, obviously, it's a little bit different of an experience for you, because you are a tribe captain. But when we placed you on your tribe, were you first thoughts, were you happy with it? Would you have maybe chosen a different tribe? Obviously, Angela wasn't on your tribe, but walk me through that a little bit.
I knew so little about the cast. I had watched videos. First impressions it's tough. There wasn't anyone that stood out that I didn't want to be on my tribe except for Johnny, and I knew he wouldn't be. So, um, I I had a feeling I wouldn't. It just never works out that way. Like Angela was not going to be on my tribe. So I pretty much assumed that if we were going to work together, nothing would happen until merge. Um, when I saw my tribe, my first thought was Chris is going. James is going to be out fast. He's a sinking ship, and I can't align to him because everybody was saying his name. Um, Victoria, I thought, she's an educator. I knew she was a teacher. And I thought, okay, at least we had that commonality.
Mhm.
Laura is someone you want on your tribe until after the merge because I knew she was going to be good at individual immunity challenges. So, um, and she won our first individual immunity challenge.
Mhm.
And then Derek, it takes about 5 minutes and you love the guy. I mean, he just has that magnetic personality. I mean, so I was happy. My first impressions when we sat down and talked was like, this is an awesome tribe.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have picked a better tribe.
Yeah, so let's talk about, the pre-merge. I mean, your tribe dominated the first three challenges, and the last challenge before the merge, somehow y'all lost it, and we see y'all at tribal council. And when, how I form my tribal council questions is I have the cameramen and women tell me what's going on, and I try and form my questions around that, but you were the biggest flip flop because I had no clue what was going on because I was like, is Mariah the girl strong? Is she really going to flip? So, I mean, really like three eliminations in a row, you just flip flopped everywhere. So, talk to me about that.
So it would appear to be a flip flop if you didn't know what was going on. But I had one goal in mind. Number one, I wanted to be loyal to whatever commitment I made to Angela, whatever spoken, unspoken. So I had an alliance, and I wasn't really. I mean, you need more than one, but I think I think within it was so quick when Victoria was like, Girls Alliance. It was just so fast, it was almost jarring for me. And the fact is, if she were on Real Survivor, that's exactly what she should do.
Mm-hmm.
And you just have to put yourself out there and try and make an alliance. When I looked at it was very fast. And when I looked at the girls, my thought was, I'd rather do a guys alliance
Mm-hmm.
because Victoria and Laura, I think we had similar strengths. And so I was thinking about after the merge, individual immunity challenges. There would be some things that James would dominate at a particular challenge. And I think Derek could too, just by virtue of them being men, where Laura and Victoria would be more competitive. You don't know what the challenges are going to be.
Mm-hmm.
But for my toolbox, I just felt like they were more of a threat to me. So I aligned immediately with the guys, and I stayed that didn't shift in terms of
Mm-hmm.
my votes. So now once we merged, that was different.
Yeah.
The first merge, James went out, and that was very strategic. He was going home. Like there was nothing I could do to save him. And my thought was I need to start thinking about other alliances, and I just needed to go with the numbers with that one. So even if I wouldn't have voted for him, if I remember the vote, he would have gone out
Yeah.
anyway. So that was just a strategic move for me. I don't think there's anything I could do to save James. So
Mm-hmm.
just looking ahead. But
Yeah.
no, I don't feel like I was all over the place. I feel like I knew exactly what I was doing, and I didn't. Yeah, I couldn't agree to the Girls Alliance. It wouldn't be wise for me. It would
Right.
not have been wise for me. So
Okay. So,
yeah.
we had, the mighty have fallen. I mean, four eliminations in a row were yellow. So right now, we are down to the final seven. We have three green, three pink, and one yellow left. So let's talk about your elimination and when you went home. The double tribal screwed you over. I mean,
So
it
mad
was
at you for that.
it was a challenge and two tribals. We were there for a very long time. So tell me about what your thought process was there.
you know, um, yeah, like the immediate vote. It was so fast, and you really don't have to. Okay, you got to think about this. On the jury at this point so Victoria's gone out. At this point, it is James and Laura. So two yellow, two of my tribe mates.
Mhm.
My alliance used her advantage and left tribal council. So at that point, it would have been pure just, miraculousness if Nicole and Crystal or Leah decided to keep me. I don't know why they would, But then you also have Josh, who has this idol that was willed to him. I mean, I didn't have a chance. I didn't, those were not, I had no people sitting there that were still voting once Angela left.
Hmm.
Um, so man, it sucked. It was not, I wasn't in a good position, and I didn't have any tools. I
Yeah.
didn't have any advantages. I had nothing to go with. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So when watching, this episode, the episodes leading up to this, did anything surprise you, maybe through the confessionals or anything just in the episode surprise you watching now?
Um, I don't think so. I mean, I think there's a certain level of logic. There was a moment where after James got voted out, he was like, I think Mariah flipped. And part of me was like, oh, why do you think it was me? But it was me, like I can't be mad at him. I was the one who flipped. And yeah, everything made sense. I think when I listened to the confessionals based off of what people knew, you know, um, the hard actually for my short the hardest vote out was Victoria. That was really brutal for me. I mean, I was in a mood for a minute, and it's so and I think part of this shot is, I played in 42, and Crystal played a while back. John, it's been a while. 42 is still fresh, like
Hmm.
it's fresh, and I felt it was. See, I didn't vote for anyone because I used my shot in the dark. I literally
Right.
didn't even write anyone's name down, and we won. Our yellow tribe was doing so well. We won, and then finally, it's that like someone has to go, and I have to write someone's name down. And I mean, I had some very interesting feelings. Like it doesn't feel. I mean, I didn't want to get voted out because I had been through that, but I didn't. It didn't feel good either
Right.
to do it. And then you have to have this moment where, look, are you here to play, or do you just want to like vote me out next? So you get yourself together and you keep playing. And if you're gonna come and play, you play to win. So,
Right.
you know.
So do you have any regrets?
um I I think I think um wow. That second day is like no one slept except for Ryan. Ryan is the only one that slept that night. And you're not quite thinking. It's hard to, like I say, I could say I wish that I would have talked more to Angela and maybe ask her to consider using one of her advantages for me. I say that, and at the same time, I mean, she was just up every single time. I wouldn't have if she would have
Yeah.
asked me to use it, and my name continually got brought up. Sort of had time to talk with her more strategically to look at some things, but I don't think it was realistic in her situation. Um, I wish I think I thought I wish I could have we had a little bit more time. Um, I would have liked to have talked more with Crystal. Um, because I think at that point she was dominating. She was deciding who went home between her and Leah. And that first vote, she asked me to vote for Angela. And
Hmm.
I'm like, Angela has an idol. That's just a wasted vote. Like and so then when the votes came out and I had not voted Angela, that's she pulled me and was like, you didn't vote Angela. I'm like, Angela hasn't. I mean, everyone knew she was gonna play something. So it seemed like mistrust. To her, it would look like she couldn't trust me. It was just so fast. I say all of that to say, Shaw, in hindsight, if when I put myself in their shoes, I would have voted me out too. I
Right.
would have voted me out before then.
Yeah.
So I mean, not really. I mean, you can go back and replay things, but we all only know what we know, and we're working with what we're working with, and shoulda, woulda, coulda, but we didn't.
Yeah. So rounding out the interview, do you have any last thoughts?
Um, I think it was an amazing cast. in a very short period of time, I genuinely like. Um, I don't live down there, so I can't hang out with you guys and everything, but it's just good people. Um, I think, yeah, I'm not sure what you're looking for here, but this is what I have to say. Your production is stellar. I mean, I've done three now of the live fan, and it's just what I experienced um, was amazing. Um, I also love it because having had an opportunity to play Real Survivor, there's so many people that never will. And it's so fun. You learn so much about yourself, both good and bad. So, I mean, no, just thank you for reaching out. And I hope, that everyone else had a great experience and took some good away from it. And particularly the cause, why we were all there. So, no, more. That's all I would say. More, please.
Well, I want to thank you for playing, and I really want to thank you for being a champion for me, especially, and believing in me and what we're doing, and especially quickly agreeing to play, when I reached out to you, and just thank you for everything. I mean, you were the coolest of the, tribe captains. It was great meeting everybody, but you just really, you know, have always just been amazing, and I just really enjoyed meeting you and really got to
Thank
know
you.
you. So thank you, Mariah.
I appreciate that, and I appreciate
Yes,
you
of
very
course.
much.
Well, thank you again, and I'm excited to see how the rest of the season wraps up. And I know you were there on the jury, but you get to see it on film, and then I will see you back soon for our Zoom reunion. So thank you, thank you.
Can't wait. I love it.